If you're a man who wants to quit drinking for good, this video is for you. Sobriety isn't the finish line, it's where the real work begins. In this video, I'm going to show you why quitting alcohol often feels harder before it feels better. And if you stick around until the end, I'll show you the exact strategy I used once I got sober, so you know what to do to actually stay sober for good. Let's get into it. So first I want to talk about sobriety expresses what alcohol was muting. What the problem is. When you first get sober, your emotions hit harder. You're more irritated, more reactive, more opinionated, and sometimes even more aggressive. Why the problem exists? Alcohol was acting like an emotional dimmer switch. It wasn't solving anything, it was turning the volume down. When you remove it, everything comes back online at once. At the beginning of my current sober phase, I felt irritation way more intensely. I started arguing with customers at work. I really couldn't control it. Traffic annoyed me when it never really used to. In casual conversations, I found myself pushing back more, disagreeing more, expressing opposite opinions out loud. I didn't suddenly become a worse person, I just wasn't numbing myself anymore. For you, this might look like constant frustration or anger, feeling on edge all day, anxiety that comes out as sarcasm or shutdown, a short temper with coworkers, kids, or partners, feeling like everyone is annoying right now. Different symptoms, same root cause. Unfiltered emotion with no outlet or skill to process it. And this is usually when guys tell themselves, I just need to be stronger. I just need more discipline. And that belief leads straight into the next problem. Really quick, if you're getting value, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more men who need this message. Next, I want to talk about willpower can stop the drink, but it can't build a life. What the problem is. Many men fail sobriety not because they drink again immediately, but because they replace alcohol with just another escape. Why the problem exists? Alcohol wasn't just a habit, it was a reward, a coping tool, a way to avoid discomfort, a way to pass time without thinking. When you remove it without replacing its function, the brain finds something else. I've tried to be sober before and failed. After college, I moved back home after losing a job and failing to make it on my own. And there was a period where I wasn't drinking at all, but I played video games all day. I wasn't drunk, but I was still escaping. Different behavior, same avoidance. For you, it might be video games, porn, endless scrolling, food, overworking, gambling, even productive addictions that still numb. Different symptoms, same root cause. Alcohol wasn't removed, it was substituted. The root issue stayed untouched. And this is where most sobriety conversations stop. But this is where the real work actually begins, which we'll talk about next. Now let's talk about what you came for, how to actually stay sober. What the real problem is. The real issue isn't alcohol, it's suppressed emotion, unspoken boundaries, and no constructive outlet for intensity. Why the problem exists? For most of my life, I suppressed my voice. I didn't express irritation when lines were crossed. I avoided disagreement. I avoided conflict. Alcohol made that bearable. Sobriety made it impossible to ignore. 3 things changed everything for me. Number 1, learning to express irritation and boundaries the right way. Not explosions, not silence, but ownership. I statements, calm delivery, and directness. Once I learned I could handle conflict with grace and firmness, arguments stopped being scary. Number 2, replacing escape with constructive obsession. Language learning became one of my favorite activities. It requires deep mental focus. It does have a video game progression feel. Is something I genuinely enjoy more sober. Give my brain something challenging, meaningful, and absorbing. Number 3, practicing sitting with discomfort. Sometimes the answer isn't distraction. It's learning to feel discomfort fully without running. That took practice, but it changed everything for me. How life is better now? I'm not afraid of arguments anymore. I trust myself to handle big emotions. I have hobbies that regulate me instead of numb me. I can talk to my wife openly and effectively. I don't need to escape to feel okay. Sobriety didn't make life easier, it made me capable. For you, this might look like calm confidence, emotional leadership at home, fewer blow-ups, fewer shutdowns, pride instead of shame. A life that doesn't require a mute button. Different paths, same outcome. You become someone who can live inside his own head peacefully. So the core message that ties all this together is this. Sobriety isn't the finish line. It's the starting line. The real work begins when you build skills instead of escapes. You express emotion instead of suppressing it. You create a life you don't need to run from. Sobriety is where the real work begins. And that work is what finally sets you free. That about wraps up this video. Wanted to thank you so much for watching. If this video has inspired you to take action, and if you're sober but still struggling, or if quitting alcohol didn't magically fix your stress, your mood, or direction, the 5-day Malusog Reset might be for you. It's not just sobriety, it's a reset across body, mind, and emotions, so you build a life you don't need to escape from. Links in the description if you're ready. Tagalog sign off. Ang pagiging sober ay hindi ang dulo. Dito pa lang nagsisimula ang tunay na trabaho. Which means, sobriety isn't the end, this is where the real work begins. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.